Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan and welcome back to my channel Jonathan Obina, and today we're going to look at a scenario where Russia forms an empire, and they will be highlighted throughout the whole video. And I'm in the hospital right now because tomorrow I'm going to have a surgery, but this is basically what it's going to look like, and throughout the whole video they will be red, and let's just get in because that is what you came for. I'm gonna move my webcam because I think it's getting in the way, but if you like the webcam better and the screen, then tell me because I will put it back. So let's just get into the scenario and let's just start. We already know that Russian troops have troops stationed in eastern Ukraine, in Donbass, and they have troops all over this area. And in this scenario, I'm not going to include Crimea as part of Russia because that's just the way the map is, and I don't have time to be doing all whole reformations to the map. And I do know that this invasion will not be easy at all because now Ukraine is getting supplied, and Russia is kind of getting low on supplies from invading so long. But in this scenario, NATO just stops supplying Ukraine, and in this scenario, NATO does not exist to exclude all alliances, so this can be easier for Russia and the other empires because if they were alliances, this will be so much harder. Like, you won't imagine how hard this will. In the process, Transnistria, something like that, breaks off away from Moldova and just gets the whole country. And they start helping Russia in their invasion of Ukraine, or like, yeah, just special operation according to Russia. A special operation has been going on for like 2 years now, or 3 years now, and has seen many types of things that you will normally see on wars. Yeah, this is definitely not a special operation. After a long time of fighting, they get onto the eastern parts of Ukraine, they capture Lviv, and the whole country just falls into chaos. They don't surrender, but they just go to guerrilla warfare, and after a long time, they finally fall over to Russia. Now, in this scenario, we see full annexation, and they also annex Belarus because they are good allies and they are basically just the government. The country is not controlled by Russia, but the government is basically just very, very pro-Russian. By the way, the Belarusian government isn't a very good government. I will say that, but they get just fully annexed by Russia in this scenario, and now a lot of Slavs are united, but I don't think they. I don't think people really like that. But we'll talk about. Oh, because. Oh my god. They've just attacked the Baltic states. And as I said before, NATO does not exist in this scenario, so. Oh, forgot about Kaliningrad there. Okay, there's Kaliningrad. And they continue on with the invasion. Now, you do have to note that these Baltic states will not roll over Kaliningrad because Kaliningrad is a very heavily forced area of Russia. And I don't know why Poland and Lithuania sometimes allow Russia to send equipment to Kaliningrad because if we know that it's heavily fortified, there might be a danger. But I mean, they don't really have any rights. So I don't think they have any rights to like say, "Hey, stop! You can't send things there." It will kind of be seen bad as you're not allowing a country to kind of supply its its other part, and they're just like starving the people that are there. But yeah, that's basically it. And while I was talking, these states got absolutely ambushed. So now let's take a look at the peace treaty, which is very simple. It's just full annexation, by the way. I know Russia looks like it's trying to reform its former leaders, which is the Soviet Union, but that is not what they're going to do. This is a Russian empire, not the Soviet Union. Soviet Union was just a very massive union of Slavs, Turks, um, Islamic people. We also had the Baltic, which is like related with Nordic and other things. Like many people. There's a union of many people, different types of people. But that wasn't Russia. That was just a Soviet Union. So now we're moving on with a some countries, which includes all Central Asia. Uh, Russia is taking on a lot of countries now, which includes all of Central Asia, all of the Caucasus. I don't know that Azerbaijan is aligned with Turkey, but Turkey won't be joining in this scenario because for now they've got other plans. They also invade Mongolia, but what Russia didn't expect was Finland, Poland, Romania, um, sorry, Bulgaria, Czechia, and Slovakia to join this war. And now we're gonna have another Balkan one as Croatia and Bosnia and Herzegovina and Slovenia joining, which this causes Albania and Kosovo to join in because, as I'm speaking right now, there's a certain someone that does not like this intervention, and those people are Northern Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia, Hungary. Um, he was, I mean, not Hungary, Greece, Hungary, Austria, and after that we've actually got Sweden joining in. Now, so even with Greece joining in, Turkey still doesn't join in. Just kind of weird, to be honest. Kind of weird. Actually, yeah. The Sweden joins in, and we actually have Germany joining in. So yeah, a sort of old friendship is going on, and even Iran joins it. No, Iran doesn't join in. I don't want them to join. That would kind of I've got a tube in my hand, so it kind of hurts. But now let's just get into the scenario with yeah. Let's continue going on. So Russia invades northern Georgia. We all know that they have the independency states that try to get away, but they don't allow them. Places northern Abkhazia and south of Ossetia, and after that they just break away. Now you have to consider that Russia already had this planned, so they had a lot of troops here. And they go stream into northern Armenia, taking over many parts. And what I'm trying to say is that they basically take over the whole of the Caucasus easily. Well, not easily, because the Caucasus is basically like a whole. It's kind of similar to Montana, which is like very mountainous on the western parts and very flat on the eastern parts, where it's the same base, but instead of in the west and east, it's very mountainous on the north and very plain on the south, more or less. But now they're streaming into the European part of Kazakhstan, and here's where something is gonna happen: a battle. Yeah. So as they keep on going up north, they the Kazakhs caught a very important supply line down there. Now the Russians fear that they're gonna get encircled, and that's exactly what happens. And a huge amount of troops are stuck here, and now the Kazakhs are pushing down. Well, what the Kazakhs didn't anticipate was Russia to enter in from here because this area was heavily reinforced. So they didn't expect it, and for some reason it was a very bad weather that day, and they completely just stream over this area and captured the remaining troops. So yeah, that was a nice battle. Well, not a nice battle for Kazakhstan at least. Maybe not even for Russia. Maybe they lost a lot of supply there and a lot of people. Losing people is not good, and you have a lot of sadness, which is very sad to lose someone. So if you lose a lot of people and you have many sad people in your country, it's not always very good. As you're sending the children of people, the children, husbands, or wives, or even grandparents or grandchildren of people into the front lines and they keep dying. So if that keeps happening, it's not a very good thing. So yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? Although sometimes I don't have really good vocabulary. So yeah, if you don't understand what I'm saying, I understand you. Although maybe I'll start speaking better. I promise you. So yeah, and they also just coming from an area over here. Nastana is somewhere around here, I think. Somewhere in the northern area, but Kazakhstan is in a bit of a bad situation because they're not a very strong country and they're in a very bad position. And yeah, after a long time, they captured that one big city that used to be the capital of Kazakhstan when it was once part of the Soviet Union, and for a little bit of time when it broke away from the Soviet Union. And they captured it. After that, the whole country basically falls, and there's this part of Uzbekistan that breaks away that I forgot the name that just breaks away and Uzbekistan just falls. Kyrgyzstan falls. Tajikistan isn't. Dushanbe is captured. Tajikistan wasn't in a very good position because many people there just wanted to just surrender. Turkmenistan, they have different plans. They go and capture the capital. They leave the capital unguarded, so they can try and get and encircle this large area of troops out here that would just want to capture the capital. But that doesn't work well, and they in fact surround the people that want to surround the other people. This area near the Caspian Sea falls. This and a large amount of troops falls, and after seeing that, Turkmenistan just falls. Mongolia. We'll speak about Mongolia later because now Russia's got other things to worry about here. While we were speaking, large amounts of Russia were getting taken and absolutely being destroyed. And the Red Team hasn't really been able to do anything because they actually held a very big front, and Russia wasn't really paying attention to them. But now the Russians come through, and it's basically just going to be game over for these people because Russia has been buffed in this video as well. And Ukraine fell easily because many people were breaking away in those regions that are not fully assimilated in. So yeah. And when I say assimilated, when you assimilate a person into your country, you can do it peacefully. The person will agree, just they'll just accept the fate, or maybe you will just have to force that person to basically assimilate into the country. Because sometimes people don't really like the new regime and they refuse to assimilate no matter what. And yeah, sometimes you just have to do some really bad stuff, and that's what Russia really did a lot in this video, this scenario. And now they're just here, just taking back the ports. And also this whole the Russians down here capture a lot of land until they reach like the near the Polish border, which they hold a very good defensive here. But over in the Baltics, it's not the same game as they just reach this area. You're surprised they even captured St. Petersburg. Well, no. They took that back now. And now Finland is just holding on the defensive in Karelia. in Karelia. And they're just hanging out here. You know the fence, they're very hard to invade. And this whole area just falls over to the Russians, and this area just falls over to the Russians, and something really bad happens to Poland, and they're gonna have a lot of memories very soon. By the way, Karelia falls over, and now it's time for the attacks. The Russians aren't going to do a lot in Finland, but they do make a small amount of movements in the eastern Finnish borders. The country who is going to do very well in Finland though is Sweden, who is very familiar with this area and knows how to deal with these problems just perfectly. They know how to deal with their brother perfectly. By the way, if you're hearing the sound, the railway tracks very near to this area, so yeah, that's the sound you're hearing. Yep, you hear it? And Finland kind of just says, alright, I accept my fate. Romania though. Romania says, okay, let's just try something else. Here, just go, to go. Albania is screwed. Kosovo is absolutely killed. Bosnia Herzegovina is blown up. Croatia is just like what? And this is just bye. And here Slovakia falls, and Germany cashes the Sudetenland, and Czechia doesn't want what happened to them back in like the 1930s to happen to them again, and they just capitulate, just say nah, I peace out. They capture the western part of Poland. The Germans capture the eastern part of Poland, and you're starting to see something very familiar going on here. The Russians and the Germans capturing Poland again. France and the United Kingdom are kind of like very like on their toes, on their what? But they just continue going on, and yeah, Warsaw is captured, Poland is captured. Now, Mongolia. What happened to Mongolia? Mongolia got absolutely screwed. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that. They got absolutely screwed. So now let's take a look at this peace tree, which might be simple for you to look at. Looking at the peace tree, Russia just reforms the Soviet Union and annexes a little bit of Finland, and the Warsaw Pact is reformed, except with less countries and less land. And yeah, Mongolia is made into a puppet, and there are some countries that, like Afghanistan and Iran. These are the last countries that I will be featuring in this video. As I'm in the hospital, and I just wanna have a little rest. I'm sorry, and I'm working. I'm working on the alternative future of the world 4. So at least I'm doing something. I'm not just here doing something. So yeah, um, the Russians. Wait, hold on a moment. I want to. Okay, finally allows me to select a color. So they go into northern Iran and start making a lot of damage. And they just come down here. They want to capture land. They want to make it like a nuclear test site, and they just wanna have more land and more influence. And they just start, because for some strange reason many people in Iran are in favor of this, even the central government, but um, there are other people in the government that just don't want this to happen, and because of that there are just many places here that just start breaking away. Like there's this place down here, Balochistan, I think it's called, that just breaks away. Crap. And you just have that. Then Iran just falls. But Afghanistan is gonna be a different story, because um they tried to invade, and Instead of you thinking, Russia not invaded Afghanistan, they tried last time. They do a similar strategy that Napoleon did, which is going straight lines. They capture Kabul, and Afghanistan just says, you know what, I just peace out. I just peace out. I don't want anything to do with you. And let's look at the peace treaty. Both are made into occupied areas. They aren't puppet states. They aren't part of the Russian Empire. They're just occupation zones that they said that maybe they will release, or maybe they will integrate into the Soviet Union, or maybe make into puppets, or maybe give some parts to Iran, to Turkey. Just um, separate them. But this is basically the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, I might make another Russian Empire video, but for now, I'm just tired. So yeah, see you later. Bye.